So during Goryeo Dynasty, Buddhist publishers came up with another idea, that is metal typeset. Metal typeset. So instead of carving the entire large block with wood block, they came up with an idea that they will make individual letters made of metal. And then you are going to set those individual letters on the board. So this letter is like a letter or book, and we don't have actually surviving typeset. These are reproduced based on historical record. So here again, the mirroring images. These two lines are coming here, and then you have that mountain shape is in the middle, and then the other, this one is on this side. So as you can see, it's a mirroring images. So how does it go? So the idea is you have individual letters made in metal casting, then it's more durable. And then just like alphabet A, B, C, D, E, you need a multiple of each in order to create like a newspaper layout or a book layout. So this is their ideas. And then when you cast it, you either use that freestyle casting, so individual, this cube is going to be the letter, or you can think of clusters like a grape, the grapes, or cherries, this kind of like a vine motif, and then you cut them in the end. Letters are very small, so character patterns are selected and fixed on the piece. So the method is lost wax technique, and then punches are made, inserted into the mold, and molten metal is poured into the mold, and then that hardens and cools down. Then movable types is removed, and then they are stored and placed in boxes. So this is called the beeswax casting method. Same method for people to create necklaces, golden crowns, or wings, or any other precious metal instruments. So if again, going back to the Silla dynasty's large gold earrings, if they can make those gold earrings, they can make this elaborate metal letters, metal typesets. It's the same techniques. So this is a new discovery in the 20th century. We read about this metal typeset in historical document, but there was no evidence. So without the physical evidence, again, we cannot completely trust historical records of the 14th or 15th century. But in the 1970s, there was a librarian who discovered this book called Jikji. That book was made in 1377, and Jikji is again commentary on Buddhist sutras. And based on the book, this scholar was able to recognize that this is not hand copied; these are printed. But these are also different from the woodblock prints. Letters are really sharp, and so she discovered that that is the metal printing mentioned in historical document. So this is the book called Jikji. This is currently in the Bibliothèque Nationale de France Bibliothèque Nationale de France, like in France, because it was taken by French soldiers during a battle in the 19th century. And then based on discovery of this book, people were able to recreate the same size, the Chinese characters, and then other methods of it. So this is movable typeset. So why is movable typeset so important? And in Korean history, they argue that this is the world's first typeset. More common examples that we are aware is movable typography in Europe, and they start to be more manufactured, and that system is coming from the Gutenberg. Gutenberg was a German publisher, and in in Europe, again, what did they do with the movable typeset? Printed Bible. And in Goryeo Dynasty too, they didn't make any other legal documents or practical writings. They printed with metal typeset a Buddhist text, like a jikji. So religion was a big motivation. So this one, Gutenberg's typeset was invented around 1450. So, Korean people are very proud that it was made more than 100 years ago, right? Like about 100 years ago, like 1370. Maybe they were invented around 1350-ish, so that they have some, innovative techniques well established by 70s. So both used to create a the religious texts. But why this typeset developed into dissemination of knowledge, while jikji is sort of forgotten. I mean, it was used in the 14th century, but if you come to the Joseon Dynasty, the movable metal typeset was never used again. Forgotten, like they didn't see the value of it. Like a woodblock print is a little bit more faster in production time and easier to find the workers. In a way, like these movable typeset is luxury. It's a small scale, but extremely luxurious. So they were never used for mass production. This is something that you will think about, like what you will do with your new technology. If you don't put the technology into use, it will disappear or it will be forgotten, right? So what are you going to do with it? And technology evolves. So it is important that metal typesets were invented in the middle of the 14th century, but it was not really used for dissemination of new knowledge. There was no new knowledge. It's more like a dissemination of religious mercy or religious benefits, not the dissemination of new knowledge. But soon after, in the 17th and 18th century, as you know, in Europe, the metal typesets were used to create a new discourse of knowledge, right? Like Erasmus, or eventually Martin Luther King, or these new Martin Luther of Germany, like the new thinkers used printing to disseminate their new ideas. So these are two differences. If you go to the, what is the name of it, New York Public Library, you have one of Gutenberg's printed Bible. It is expensive, but it's not very rare, because he first printed about over 200 copies. So any major country have one printed copy in their own country. Like France has one, Germany has one, and then there are also many private collectors who have this printed Bible.